Welcome to the DJ Insider Podcast, sponsored by Amplified Events.
It's the only podcast where we break down insider information from our weddings, experience, and advice from over 15 years in the wedding industry.
We're your hosts. I'm Mike Kane, owner of Amplified Events.
And I'm Joe Albomonte, the general manager of Amplified Events.
Let's get into it. We're back.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's been a nice week. Weather's slightly warming up, so can't complain.
We like weather. Let's see, coming off a triple header for me, double header for you.
Yeah. Tell me about yours.
Crazy.
Triple's crazy. And
Triples are best.
First weekend of March, last weekend of February. Tell me more.
So see, Friday we were at the beautiful Reserve for their kind of bridal show. Gorgeous wedding. Sharon and her team and Kyla and her team over there are amazing. Got to see some friends. Hang with Mason from Raycroft and Gina from SRE and a bunch of other great folks over there. Yeah, that was chill. Beautiful weather. Good show. Saturday, I had a surprise 40th birthday party at Figs and Fables here in town. That was epic. That was super fun. Cool. They ended up paying us to stay an hour later. Drinks were flowing. People were dancing. Food was going. It was great. We made good friends with the team over there.
Yeah, that's good. It was a surprise party? Or
yeah.
Just a birthday party,
so the woman who booked me, I did her husband's surprise party, 50th, a couple of years ago, like 5 years ago.
Cool.
At their house. And then she, reached out and had me back for her best friend's 40th. So it was fun. They went all out.
Did you have to get everyone quiet? Did you do the surprise
yeah,
thing?
Yeah.
I always wonder do I stop the music? Were you playing music before? And it's like for 15 minutes, it's like, guys, we got to be perfectly silent.
Yeah, well, they'd
rented
out the whole restaurant. And then, so there was like two sides to it. So there was like, we were set up in the bar area where the dance floor was, but the restaurant side was also open for food and stuff.
Cool.
But I think they're like, why don't we, because that's where they kind of usually, it's kind of their go-to spot where they go out for food and drinks as a couples and friends.
Yeah.
And so I think they had let's go out for your birthday. And then boom, all their friends were there.
We rented out the place.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
DJ and everything. We had lighting. It was good.
Yeah.
It's a good time. And then Sunday we were at they had like a tasting, and that was pretty epic as well. And we got to see
the food's good.
Yeah, Gina and Carly from SRE, and yeah, it was pretty sick. It was lots of really good bites.
Good event.
Yeah. What did you think? Any thoughts, takeaways from either of the shows that we kind of did?
I talked to some great couples. Like I didn't talk to a lot of couples at these shows. Like they weren't like 400 people rushing through type of events for sure, type of thing. But still 100 people at both. And it was still nice to really connect with some couples, talk 10 minutes it's not like you just had to rush them through. Like you could really connect with some. But that was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a few more shows and tastings left this year. But so far, so good. It's been really fun. We've been really busy doing quite a few of bridal shows and tastings. We got another tasting this Sunday coming up. We got our team ski trip. Excited about that. Hopefully weather permitting.
That'll be a great time.
But bridal shows, they can be a gold mine or they can be a massive waste of a Sunday. And so, over time, we've kind of changed what we're doing. So we used to do your typical show where it's like at an expo center and there's like 800 to 1,200 booths.
Yeah. With all the people rushing through. That's what I was talking about. And it's just, you don't get that time on one.
Yeah. We used to do those. We're not doing those so much anymore. Now we do more boutique ones where we're us and maybe one other DJ at like a venue, or us and we're the only DJ at a venue. And to me, I like those much better. And I have a couple reasons. The first is that like you actually get to know the team, like the staff well at that venue where these are the people you're going to be working alongside, working with, and developing a long-term relationship with, versus like at Expo Center, some security guy let me in to get set up and, I'm just busy. Like it's just crazy.
Just another guy here
at
Expo Center. Yeah.
I'm not against doing Expo Center things, but it does feel like we get lost in that sea of booths.
For sure.
When we did it or when we do a show, like what's the vibe we're going for? How do we design a booth that like invites people to come up and take a look? Rather than it looking like some sort of electronic store.
Yeah, we bring our main booth, like what we would bring to your wedding. That's what we bring. Why why lie? Why bring anything else? Like, why bring a table with pamphlets? What our setup looks nice. Why not showcase that as well? That's not what we're selling. We sell our services and we sell what we can provide and that, but it does help that our equipment looks really nice and our uplighting highlights it. And we bring all that. We bring a TV with a nice, well-made video. Thank you, Mason. That just highlights weddings that we've done at probably the venue we're at doing this bridal show. There's footage in this video at that venue. We try and do that a lot. So it's that we do a lot of those small things. We include those venues in the video. We bring the uplighting or a photo booth when we don't really need to. But it just, why not? It's what we bring to your wedding. It just highlights what we do. It's the easiest part of the design is it's just, why not?
Yeah.
Keep it easy. Bring what you provide.
Yeah. I like to think of it like we have like a 3 seconds to try to catch people's eye. And the best way to do that is we have to have a booth that kind of stands out, a look that stands out. It's not a table. It's not like, it's our DJ setup. It's like, whoa, I've never seen something like that before. That looks clean. We have our uplights on it. We have our signage. We have of course, our materials ready to hand out. But our biggest thing, we have a TV set up behind us with our reel that we hired a videographer to shoot weddings for us while we're performing of like this past year. And we update that every season. We try to anyway. And it goes on our social media too, but then we have that on repeat to like show couples. Yeah, that's me. That's our GM. That's another DJ. That's another DJ. There's all these venues. Yeah, if you just wait 30 seconds, you'll see your venue. That's us rocking a wedding this past year at your venue. To me, that's people, even if they don't stop to say hi, you can always see them looking at the video. They're always looking.
Stop and look at the TV.
They're always checking it out.
Even if they've already booked a DJ, they'll stop and watch the video. It's still, it's eye-catching. So people like that. I think that really helped.
Yeah, one of the main reasons we stopped doing those expo things is, first of all, they're expensive. They can be $800 to $1,200 for a booth, maybe $500. It's not cheap.
Yeah,
you do get a lot of leads, like maybe hundreds, plus you get the leads list, and so that's good. But the biggest question is like, how many of those are you converting? Aren't people just feeling overwhelmed that it's like, wow, there's like 60 DJs here. How do I
got 50 pamphlets. How do I even narrow this down?
I think a lot of people just dump those in the garbage.
They do. They do. Or they'll narrow like, oh, okay, this is our budget. We want to go less than this. They'll throw the other 44 away. And here we have 16 left.
Yeah.
That's, how else do you narrow it down when there's that many? So yeah, I definitely do think that the more boutique style ones have been more beneficial, and we've done a lot. We've done some nice, it's like small stuff and some good turnouts this year as well. I would say, I think one of the biggest turnouts I've ever seen for a tasting was at our last Allure on the Lake tasting. Like that was huge. There were so many people there.
That was sick.
There were so many people there.
Yeah,
and it was a game day. Like there was a football game going on, I believe. Because I remember, like, we should have brought a projector.
Yeah, to have the game on. Yeah,
we could have just like done that.
Yeah, it was the Bears game.
It
was the Bears game in the playoffs. I think that was that day.
Yeah.
So, but is it better to get 100 meh kind of leads, or like 10 hell yes type leads?
10, absolutely. I mean, if you call me and we talk about your wedding, like, there's a much more likely chance. But like, if you just get lost in the stack of pamphlets and we never talk and you never learn more, it's just never going to happen. So I think the 10 is way better.
Yeah. How do we as DJs like filter those? If this is a meh lead or a hell yes lead? I could think of a few things. The first I would say is like, if they have a date and they have a venue that we've been to or around here, they're ready. Sometimes people come to these bridal shows, they're there for the free stuff. Like they just want swag. They're not even getting married.
Oh, we've got most of the stuff booked. We're just
they just want the free.
That's one of the couples I met that we're actually working with. They're like, oh, we've already booked everything. We're just here for the free band and the free food.
Yeah. And then some people, it's like they don't even have a date. They're not even technically engaged. More and more people are like planning a wedding, which is wild to me. I was talking to Gina and Carly about this on Sunday, that they have people who are planning weddings and they're not even engaged yet. But they just like, plan this for us. Tell us what it would cost, because we're thinking we might get engaged. But I'm just like, what? That's all this design and planning work.
So much effort. For probably and I get it. Like, hopefully that sells. I know nothing about their industry, but gosh, that seems like a lot of effort on the front end.
That seems insane to me, and that's what I would charge like a design fee. Yeah,
right.
Throw me $200. I'd be happy to put together a plan for you, and
then we can go from there. We can talk about my other packages, et cetera, et cetera. Consultation fee. Yeah,
but I'm looking to have like 1 or 2, 5 or 6 maybe serious conversations where we're answering their questions, and ideally it's not like this is what's nice about doing a venue show versus an expo show, because you can actually sit there and just have a whole sales conversation with them, get to know them, hear about their wedding, answer all their questions. We can hit pricing in their hand. We can send a contract that day if you want.
Right.
But it doesn't always go well. Sometimes there's not a big turnout. Like, that can happen. But this is the best part, too, about doing something with a venue versus an expo. If an expo happens, I'm upset because I'm like, this was a lot of money I spent and a lot of hours I spent, and there was no return on my investment.
Now we're all standing here. Now, not a single vendor in the room is benefiting if there's no turnout, and that sucks. Like, it feels bad for everybody. We're all wasting our time and our money.
But at venues, especially ones that were on their preferred lender list, like, they're sending us work. Like, we look at it as just like a long-term relationship thing. Like, even if nobody comes, we're still happy to be there, run sound for them.
We still get to connect with them.
That's it.
Chat with
talk to our friends. It doesn't matter. It didn't really matter. We're still going to do it. Doesn't matter. We didn't make an ROI on that. But having a long-term relationship with the venue, we're going to make an ROI. They're going to make an ROI. It's going to be a win-win.
Exactly.
Let's talk a little bit about follow-up, because that's something we actually don't do. We don't send. I used to when I first started, send like, hey, thanks for stopping by the booth, email kind of thing. And they send us a lot of places to send you the leads list. I've never converted anybody from that ever. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Should we start sending out follow-up emails for couples?
That's never something that I've done in this role, at least, has send those out. So I don't know. I don't really have an answer for that. But I don't think that. Sure, it would maybe catch like the few people that missed your booth that maybe want to connect, right? But most likely, they already took your pamphlet, or they walked past your booth and they weren't interested, or this or that, or for another reason, you already haven't connected, and they saw your booth there. So it's like they either have it and they didn't reach out, or like they lost it. So like the follow-up could be nice because maybe they lost it, or maybe they did miss out on it because there were 800 people and you and I were busy talking to people. And I don't know, like there are circumstances where it could be beneficial, but ultimately I don't know if it would bring in any more people than the people that were already interested in. I think that it would just remind people that if we spoke to them at the bridal show and then they like, oh, what was that? What was that DJ we talked to that we like? We lost their thing, and then we emailed them. They're like, oh, it was amplified. Got it.
There's only one DJ. Yeah.
Right. Like, I think like in that circumstance, that would be beneficial, but I don't really know. I don't think so.
Yeah. As our general manager,
we're the shot.
Yeah. as our general manager, and you're doing sales for us. How do we calculate the return on investment on a show like that when the bookings may not happen like same day? What things do we do? I'm just for other DJ owners listening.
Yeah.
What things do we do to kind of track that? And what things, I don't know. Just if you could talk a little about that, like how do we, from a management standpoint, how do we calculate our ROI for things like this?
Yeah. So one of our things that really does help is when a lot of people inquire, you can put where they heard us, where they saw us, how they heard about us, whatever.
Yeah.
People put bridal show. There's an option on there for bridal show, or if they put one of the venues, like they saw us at White Oak, for example. It's like, oh, you saw us there? Were you at a wedding? Were you at a tasting? That's one of my first questions. It's important. I mean, it's nice to know. I mean, we can definitely see how many weddings last year we had at certain venues, and that's a good statistic to have. We could definitely track that more on the front end with like who we spoke to at the things, when they're inquiring, et cetera, et cetera. But ultimately, that's one of the first questions I do like to ask is if it's a venue or something, a venue vendor list, were you there? Have we met in person?
Yeah.
Or sometimes I talk to people over the phone and then we'll do a tasting and it's like, oh, we spoke 3 weeks ago. Nice to meet you in person.
Yes.
And then they want to book.
Yes.
They just wanted to put a face to face. They knew they were coming. So that also helps. Just going to the boutique shows. It's like, oh, your wedding's at Allure. We'll be there doing a tasting in 2 weeks. Let's connect then.
Yeah.
that also really helps sell on our end. And we could definitely track that probably a little better. But.
And as an owner too, I'm thinking ROI is important, of course, but and so I want to know ad dollars, I want to know time spent, but a lot of the stuff we do for these venues is free. Like we're DJing these tastings for free, we're doing these open houses for free, and we're glad to do it again because I'm not thinking of it in terms of return on my investment. I'm at least in dollars. I'm thinking of it more like this is a relationship I want to build long term, and I'm helping out with my friends on something, an event they're trying to put on today. And they're sending us 5, 10, 15 weddings a year that book, and then countless other leads that could book. To me, there's no math in that. Like, of course, we're going to do that for free. Of course, we're going to be there for us, be there for them, and because just like they're there for us.
And there are times where that doesn't work out as well. Like we've done some tastings where it's like we've had nobody, or they just haven't been fruitful, and we've done now 2 or 3 of them, and it's like, is it worth really doing this in the future, or unless they like ask us, etc. It's like, why, if we're not getting any benefit out of it, right? It's like, why travel the hour and a half to a small venue that is no one's going to show up? I mean, there are some times where it just doesn't really make sense for us to do that if it's not also being fruitful in the end. It's like we are doing these things for free. So that's something we also have to measure and be mindful of too. One booking is enough to make it worth it.
That's right. That's it. That's all it takes.
Is enough to make it worth it.
Yeah. Or an upgrade even, like somebody adds a photo booth, or add printing to photo booth, or they add uplighting, or, we definitely want, you to DJ. Yeah.
One booking makes it worth it. We'll do it again the next year. But if we go a couple years without getting anything, and it's really just like, why is anyone here? It's not really beneficial for anybody. There's 6 DJs here. It's just maybe not the right fit. I mean, that's also something that could happen that we have to be mindful of.
We do a lot of this we're starting the process. We do these shows because we're building a relationship with the venue. We're also getting to know couples, potential leads. And that's starting like our sales funnel where people like, okay, we want our goal. Of course, they'd be great to have them book on site at these weddings, but we're not really selling them at the wedding, at the bridal show. Like we would much rather they schedule a call or a meeting with us at that show, or get our information and reach out to schedule a call or a meeting. And so let's talk a little more about kind of like sales, like when we actually sit down with a couple and they have, I got a price objection. Like the couple's like, hey, this guy over here, this DJ's $500 cheaper.
Yeah.
What is our move when that happens? I know what our move is, but for the podcast, like what is our move when someone's like, hey, this guy does it for cheaper for 500?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I'm glad that they do. I mean, if he provides a great service and you're confident with them, please like go with them. We provide the service that we provide, and we charge what we do because of the systems that we have in place. I mean, we have to pay for our equipment, we have to pay for our people, we have to pay for a lot of things. And we do consider ourselves like a mid to high end brand. I mean, we're not just your uncle doing this. We're not just another guys. We are professionals in this. We've been doing it a while. We want to keep that brand. That's also something, is that you pay for the consistency. We nail it every time. You could see it in our reviews. You could see it in our website, in everything. I mean, we're very consistent with what we do, and that's included in that price.
We guarantee our performance.
Exactly.
Too. We're never going to no-show a wedding.
No, we're always going to have someone there, and that's never something that would happen. But we're professional the whole time. We make it easy on the front end through the app, through the phone calls. We really try and streamline the process and make it easy for them. That's something else that you pay for. There are some DJs that the app they send out, it's pulling teeth choosing your songs, and it's only this one service, or you don't even get to pick your songs, or this and that. And with us, like, you really can plan it down to the minute, or you can leave it up to like you can plan whatever you want, and we will find your vision, match your vision, and make it happen very consistently. Yeah. And that's something that we're really proud of, and that we do a lot. And that's why we charge a lot. And that's something that we can guarantee by charging what we do.
Yeah. So when people reach out and they schedule that discovery call with us, and they're talking about, we're getting to know them, they're getting to know us. What's a question that we ask that, it almost always guarantees a booking, that kind of really sets the conversation in the right direction? What's one question that you like to ask, or that we like to ask as a sales team, that kind of puts things in the right track towards booking? I've got one if you want to think about.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
So the one I love to ask is, what have you seen from weddings in the past that you loved and you'd love to incorporate something like that at your wedding? Or what have you experienced from weddings in the past that you like to avoid at your wedding? It's not for me. And again, I love to think of it in terms of love and hate, but I almost never use the word hate because I think that just has such a negative connotation.
Yeah.
And I don't want to think of anybody's wedding as I hated this. I would the people like, yeah, it's not for me, or I'd like to avoid it, rather than I want to keep things positive when I'm talking to couples.
Good phrasing.
I'm good. I was phrased it very careful how I phrased that, but it's amazing the couple's response to that because they feel that information. They tell us, oh, well, I mean, what are some things they've said? Oh man, we loved, there was a full floor all night. The food was great. The music was, the DJ mixed it really well. It was really nice flow to the evening where people just naturally knew what to do and what was happening.
Or they instantly go, no line dances.
Yeah.
Like, okay. All right. Or it's like, no this, or yeah, it's always a good response, but it's always an energetic response when you ask that, usually good or bad.
Yeah. And it makes the couples think. Sometimes they have it right away. Sometimes they have to think about it. But to me, they always are filling that question space with things that are important to them, either good or bad, positive or something they like to avoid. Any thoughts on a question that you like to ask that kind of helps guarantee a booking?
I mean, I really do like to ask them about their music taste and what they like and what do they think their guests are going to like and what do you think the general vibe of the party is going to be? It's like, we can be honest here. Are you dancers? Are we more of stand arounders, and do we bob our heads? Like, what do you be honest? What do you guys think? And usually you get a very honest answer. It's like, oh, well, we're all blue collar dudes. I don't know if we're really going to be dancing that, but we're drinkers. So like maybe later in the night, and you really do get an honest answer. When just asking them about themselves and their taste and what they think their friends are going to be like. Like, what do you think your friends and family are going to be like at your wedding? I guess is my best question. And what the general vibe is going to be. Yeah. Usually a pretty telling question.
What I like too, because you do get to bond over, we like this music and oh yeah. You start to get a good sense already, like, oh, they'll like these kind of songs. They'll probably like this other kind of stuff. Yeah, I just do. I think the industry more and more, and it should be going this way, where I think a lot of younger DJs or even older DJs, like by younger I mean inexperienced DJs running their own businesses, and even older DJs who maybe are good at DJing but not good at sales. A lot of DJs that just post their photos with their equipment all the time. It's just photo. Here's these speakers. Here's my DJ board or my turntables, and here's my cool lights. And that's important. But I do feel that then they're selling equipment. Right. And like that's not what couples are really buying. No. They're really wanting an effortless reception, an effortless party, a fun party where they're making memories. And that's the key, that you got to sell that rather than, well, get my cool equipment.
Unless it's a service where it's like you are selling your equipment. Like some DJs do that. And it's like, we have 10 TVs and the uplights and the trunk. That is a DJ selling their equipment. Like that is, we're selling this whole look. We're not, maybe they're a shit DJ, but look at how cool all my stuff is. There are some DJs out there that do that, but if that's what you want as a couple, that's what we need to assess on the front end. And we're not the right fit for you. I will be very honest with you about what we can and can't do. And no, sorry, we don't do the TVs. That's not really, it's not something that we offer. But if you are looking for that, I mean, we have one TV. I mean, we can, I mean, I don't know, but we specialize in the things we specialize in, and we don't like to overextend ourselves on things that we don't have experience in. Why would we do that? There's no reason to do that.
What's something cringy that you've seen a competitor or another vendor do at a bridal show?
I'm about to talk. Shit. So I did this bridal show recently where there were two DJs, and one was in the other room, and it was great. They were set up doing a thing, and we were in this room set up doing our thing. You couldn't hear any crossing music. It was perfect. And then this random booth across from me in our room, that's not a DJ service. They're not an advertising service. They are a sweets and confectioner, late night
Okay.
fun event type of.
They're not a DJ.
They're not a DJ. They have this like big JBL behind their booth, and they're just blaring their own like rock and roll music.
Oh my God.
When we're playing like Leve, Claro, like more
pop,
chill,
modern pop,
modern pop, cocktail hour type of vibes. And he's playing louder than us, and we're connected into this venue's house.
They asked us to do that.
They asked us to
be
plug
the
into
only
their house
sound
system, be
in
the
that
only
room.
sound in this room.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know that.
here they go. And I connected with the sales manager, and I was like, "Hey, are they supposed to be playing? It's cool if they are. I can even turn mine down. It's just like the Clash is."
Yeah.
And they were like, "No, they're not supposed to be. I'll go talk." And like 5 minutes later, it shut off, and it was just us. But for like
that
10, 20 minutes, I was like, "Is this just like a bit that they're doing, and they're gonna shut it off?" Or like, no, it just kept going. And it was so cringy. It's like, this isn't even something you sell. Why are you playing against what we're playing just because you want rock music right now? I thought that was highly unprofessional.
At the old Expo days, we used to have a DJ who would like try to like play louder than us.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh, so I don't even play that game. I'm just like, whatever.
Okay.
Do your thing.
I'll turn it down.
You be the only guy. Do your thing.
Be the only guy.
I don't care. I think it's just noise other than that. There was a DJ years ago that would bring a cooler of beers and hand out beers to couples and just be like, I don't know.
Party, bro.
Generally,
you want a shotgun with me and sign a contract?
Generally, most venues, they have like a bar. You should go buy alcohol. They snuck in their own alcohol. That to me is a big cringy.
Allowed?
It's not. It's not allowed. You should go pay the venue and tip the bartender and like, you know, if you want alcohol, go buy that. Go tip, pay for that. And some of these are like, it's a distillery. Like they do, that's their whole thing is they do alcohol, or a brewery. And like, you're bringing in your own beers. Like, no, thank you.
Not having a booth.
Yeah.
Just like showing up.
I'm amazed at how many people go real light, like where it's like they sit behind the table, they have their laptop. And they're just sitting there.
To me. Just sitting there.
And they're sitting down. That's another cringy thing I think DJs can do is sit. Like you should be standing. You should be inviting and welcoming. I like to push our booth back and then stand in front of it if we can. It doesn't always work with every show, but
that is the best way, though.
Yeah, and we usually bring more than one person so that someone can have a conversation. If someone else comes up, then they can cover the board. If we're mixing music and stuff, showcasing skill, showcasing like music selection, that kind of thing. Is the wedding tax? And by that I mean lots of people. There's this like trend online where it's like the wedding tax is real. You're only charging me more because it's a wedding. And so like I've seen this has happened before where people, and probably it's happened to you too, is where people reach out and they're like, we're having a party for 6 hours.
Yeah.
We're also having like a little ceremony for an hour.
It's super low key though. We don't need like all the stuff. And it's like, I bring all the stuff anyway. We can't change our pack. We have the same equipment. I'm not going to go buy worse equipment.
Yeah.
So that you can pay less. I have the same stuff.
We need all the stuff.
The same service. Yeah. You still get the same app. You still get the same DJ. What? I'm sorry, but if it is a party, we're happy to do. Like there are certain times where it's our company party. Like there are times where they're whatever.
It's something small or whatever.
Accommodate it.
Sure, but yeah, this is where it's clearly a wedding.
Clearly a wedding.
And it's
like, oh no, you want ceremony too. Or it's like, one of the best ones is like, oh no, we just need the 6 hours of reception. We don't need ceremony.
Don't need that extra stuff.
But like we want to do like a vow renewal or like do our speeches and like have a ceremony. But like, can we include that in the 6 hours? It's like, no.
Yeah.
But if we're doing music and mics, we have to add ceremony. It's just how it is. I'm sorry, but like that's just how it is. And if you can go with another DJ, if that doesn't work for you, but I'd love for you to work with us. But I do always recommend that even if they're doing live music or whatever, to do mics, like microphones with us.
Always,
do that with us. And
2 years ago, I had a bride who was like, "Oh yeah, well, I don't think we'll need you for ceremony." And I was like, "Okay, like I've been to that venue. I know you will need sound for that ceremony." Well, we're gonna have a friend play music, and I was like, "Okay, are they plugging in? Do they have a speaker? Like, do they have a mixer? What are they instrument? And then she was like, well, I think 2 weeks before the wedding was like, can we use your microphone? And I go, for what? For speeches? Absolutely.
Sure,
For the reception?
yeah.
Yeah, that's included in the price we quoted you for the reception. And then she's like, well, no, for the ceremony. I go, well, then I need to charge you for that because I'm bringing a sound system. I have to do that, I can't just hand you a mic. You need the speaker and the mixer too. Like I can't.
It's a whole nother setup. It's not just.
Yeah, but she acted like, well, I'm going to be there anyways. I'm like, actually, I'm getting there later. I won't be there anyways because I don't need to be there 2 hours before your ceremony starts.
Yeah.
And we're not even doing cocktail hour because your friend is doing that. So I'm like, well, that changes the whole quote.
Yeah.
And then when I quoted her it's going to be this much extra, she said, oh, never mind. So then they had basically nobody could hear the vows. It's what it was. They could hear the music, but no vows, nothing.
That's the way
you try to explain to people on the front end when they booked. Then when she tried to get us to like sneak it in for free, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I have to charge you. So the wedding tax, it's not just about that it's extra liability for a wedding. It is about that, like, there's a lot more work, care, consideration, and we have to nail it. We have to guarantee it's a great experience.
Yeah, and it's more time. And also, I'm sorry, but like just doing 6 hours of reception service, which is cocktail, dinner, and 4 hours of dancing, it's kind of easy. Like for the right wedding, and if they fill out everything, you can make it very easy. But if we're adding ceremony and you now want a song cut as you're walking down the aisle, and there's 3 songs as you're walking down the aisle, and now we're adding more mics where they have to hear your vows and the videographer has to plug in and hear it. It's like, now there's so many more things that we have to nail right on your perfect day that needs to go perfect in your mind too. Cause it's a big day. I get it. Like you want everything to go perfect, but by adding ceremony, and I love that people add ceremony. I love to do ceremony. I'm not shitting on this, but by adding it, you're now adding so many more things that can go wrong.
Yes.
You're adding so many more instances. It's like, oh, well, they can mess up this song. The mics can cut out.
Yeah.
The videographer may not know how to plug in, or they might not have the right cable, or that's not our problem. But there's so many things that can go along with that as well that they don't see, which is why we have to charge what we charge.
Yeah.
We have to guarantee that we're prepped ahead of time, have the extra equipment set up. Our DJs need to be there earlier now. It's all included in that.
Yeah. I mean, I regularly see people try to Reddit, and there's wedding groups where people are regularly like trying to find a way around this and trick us, where it's like, we need an audio engineer who can play music for 6 hours and do some light MC work.
Yeah.
And I go, that sounds like a DJ. That sounds suspiciously. No. Because we're going to do our playlist. We're plugging in our phone. We just need them to press play, and we need them to bring their equipment. And I'm like, oh yeah. So we can do that. This is the price. And they're like, wait, that's the same price as a DJ. I'm like, yeah, because it is. Because we are a DJ. Because it sounds like you want a DJ.
You can plug in. Or I can mix, whichever you want.
Yeah.
I will be there for this price.
It sounds like you're, or they want, like, people want to rent the equipment.
Right.
I'm like, okay, so the price to rent it is the same price for me to DJ it. Like, okay, you want to rent it? Here you go. Here's all of our setup. Here's everything you'll get.
What's the difference if you rent it and your friend maybe is a DJ actually, and they use it? It's like, you're going to pay the same thing. They can use it, sure, but or I can just do it.
Yeah. It's so funny to me. And this happens too, where people will be on Reddit and they'll be asking, like, how do I trick my venue?
Yeah.
And like tell them it's a party. And everyone's like, don't do that. Because that immediately avoids any legal contract you have with them, because you're lying and misrepresenting the nature of your event. And you're literally committing fraud. You're scamming the venue.
Know instantly.
They're going to know it's a wedding. They're not stupid. We need
60 plated dinners or 80 plated dinners.
What they can do immediately is shut down, void your contract, keep all your money because you committed fraud. Yeah. Because you lied to us about the nature of your event.
I find that what I've seen online, this more often happens with makeup artists, with hair artists, with other services like that, right? So I walk into a salon. I get my hair done for $100 because I'm just getting my hair done for a party. It's my girl's bachelorette party and we're getting our hair done. Whatever. Or it's the same hairdo, but it's booked for a wedding. Now the haircut and style is $300 because it's for a wedding. I have seen that a lot more.
Yeah.
Even though it's the same cut, takes the same amount of time, same styling, same whatever. But that is more oftentimes where I see the wedding tax.
Yeah. But to me, then too, what can happen is the stylist will go to your wedding venue. They'll travel and they're doing 6 people's hair.
And they're doing it there,
and that needs to be worth my time. I got to switch scissors. I got to clean up everything.
There's so much more
makeup.
That goes into it. Exactly.
This isn't just like a fun 1-person thing. You got 6 people.
And you came to me and I chopped you, and then you left. It's like I'm traveling. I'm bringing my supplies,
and you're giving up all other customers that day.
Yes,
for that person.
It's probably a Saturday.
Yes,
probably one of their best days for doing hair. Or makeup. Like, that's what I'm saying. So
we had somebody reach out about a quinceañera, which they ended up booking. And she's like, how come you're not charging me the party rate? And I go, because it's on a wedding day. And we book 1 wedding a day at, my other company. And I'm like, we need to get full rate on that because I know we'll book a wedding. So you have to pay the price that I can get as a company owner. Like, we're going to just book 1 wedding on this day. And if you want us to be there, you have to pay full rate for a wedding rate for this party, which I know is 5 hours. They're going to have food and drinks. I know it's a quinceañera. I know it's a birthday party. But they're also hiring a band. Like, I'm like, I'm not dumb. Yeah. First of all, like, I know you have a bigger budget than you're letting on. And 2, that like, we're giving up this whole date that I could book a wedding on. And because you said it was a party, like, no, I have to charge you a wedding rate.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm foregoing to put 1 DJ on this wedding, on this party. I know I'm gonna forego a wedding that day. It's in August. It's a Saturday. We're gonna book it.
And something that we can do too, if a couple's like, it's a little too expensive, but maybe they don't need the 6 hours of service.
Sure.
Great. We can adjust that. We can do like 5 hours. We do require 4 hours minimum, but we can do that hourly and break it down if you don't want to pay the full amount or you don't need the service that long. Some people it's just a party. It's just a dinner party and it's a 4-hour thing. I mean, there are circumstances where it is that.
And we're very chill with that. A lot of DJ aren't. They're just like, this is my rate for the day. That includes everything. Yep. And there's no wiggle room in that. We're going to be there for this amount of time, guaranteed. Like, there's a lot of DJs who just take out that kind of, they don't offer that to help the customer with their budget out. We try to work with people, but I know when I'm getting fleeced or I'm getting tricked or I'm getting, they're like trying to take advantage. And they're being silly,
or on
playing
the front
games.
End, it's like, oh, we only need this amount of time. But then we connect later after they finish their timeline. It's like, oh, wait, no, we will need the full 6 hours. Now we need to readjust your contract because you tried on the front end to like, let's try and do like a 5-hour and what's whatever. But it's like, oftentimes it's going to be our cocktail, our dinner, maybe a little longer of both, and then 3.5 to 4 hours of dancing.
Yeah.
That's oftentimes what our package is going to look like. And there's less dancing time. That's up to you. But there's like almost without fail going to be those 2 hours that people forget about at the start of our 6 hours of service, which is cocktail and dinner. Those are both an hour.
Yeah. You
already have 4 hours of dancing left. Now is the decision. Like, do we need more time? Do we need less time?
There's always a trade-off too. If they cut off that stuff and they just want us to come for just dancing, well, then we're going to be setting up when your guests are there eating dinner.
Yep.
That's not going to look good. It's not going to be professional, but there's always a trade-off of how that works. But ultimately it is, they don't have to go with us. They don't have to hire a DJ.
That too.
They can find another DJ if they don't want to, usually people are talking to us about price because they really want our offering. They really love our brand. They really love our reviews. They want the kind of experience that we can guarantee. They just don't want to pay what we're asking. Mm-hmm. And that to me is a different thing. That if you don't have the budget for it, then you should tell us that. If you do have the budget, but you don't want to justify it, you want us to justify why you should book us over, spending more money on a dress or something or a honeymoon, that's up to you how you spend your money. But like if DJing is a priority to you, you got to pay what we're asking, especially on a busy wedding day. Like someone else will.
And also be realistic about that, because we got an inquiry within the past year that was like, we want this type of service. We know this DJ, like this, that, and the other thing. It's like, we know that guy. He charges like $10,000 plus. Like he's really good. He's a named DJ. He's like a very professional named DJ. It's
they sent me a clip of.
I know who he is. You didn't even need to send me the clip. I know him by name. Like that's fine. But it's like, I'm sorry, and now you have a budget of like less than our cheapest package, but you're asking for like
that level.
That's just
of
something.
service.
It's like, I'm sorry, I don't think you you may not even understand what you're asking for.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is a cool thing. It is a cool thing. He's a great DJ.
Yeah.
But that's not what we can provide either. And it's just, please go with someone else like that.
But yeah, just that guy has years of experience, is so good at what he does. And he's like starting talent rate is like 12.5. Like it's insane. And that doesn't even include anything like lighting or add-on event enhancements. And so I'm just like, that clip you sent me that you found on TikTok that you love and you want your DJ to do that at your wedding, and you're already telling me your budget is this much of dollars and like you want this. I'm like, let's just be real. Like that, what you sent me, what you're desiring, you don't have the budget for, like based on what you said already.
Here's what we can provide.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're great at what we do, but we don't do that. I'm sorry.
It's insane. Like
this is crazy.
It's like just sending like a Hollywood actor like a clip from a movie and like do this level of videography, and we're gonna give you $500.
Yeah, with your camera, not with an $100,000 camera.
I was like, that was a $400 million movie, you know. And they're just like, oh yeah, but
do it with your phone now.
Come on, just give me what I want.
Just give me what I want.
I don't know. To me, the more upcoming you are and honest about this is what we can afford. This is what we'd like to work with, or like start with like the flattery. We want you. We want to work with you. We want to find a way to make it work.
And or sell me on your vision. Like
That's
right
it.
off the rip, if you're excited and you're doing this thing that you've never seen, but if you can sell me, because I want to sell you on our services, right? But if it's like a vision that like we really won't fit for or something that really does, but if you're excited and energetic about it and understand that I've now said, oh, we've never done that before, I'm definitely willing to try it. And they're fully on board. And it's just like that type of energy. That's a different thing. I mean,
ideal. I mean, to me, an ideal customer is someone who,
that's an ideal customer.
Yeah. They have a clear vision, what they want. They're cool, chill, easy to work with. And they want to work with us. This is a good match for what they want, exactly what we do. Because sometimes they're pitching stuff. I'm like, that's not really what we do. That's not really us. We're not really do those kind of gimmicks or games, or we don't really mix that way, or we don't really like that. That's not how we do things.
Yeah.
And it's very clear. I'm like, I think you'd be better fitted. What you're looking for is this. And you probably want
or
this
other
company.
DJs we know in the area.
Yes,
that's also something that's been nice, is getting to know other DJs in the area and
their style and offerings and all that stuff. But there's always going to be people who can beat our price. And there's always going to be people who have hangups. How can you justify?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, if price is most important, we're not the right company for you. And there's not much I can do about that. But
I also love what we do. And I think it's very evident in the service that we provide. Like, we can't put that in a contract anywhere. I mean, there's no way to write that, but we really do care about the service that we're offering and this company, and giving every single couple that we work with the same experience and the same level of care, or the care that they need. I mean, some couples, they'll need a couple meetings. Some couples, they just need 1 10-minute phone call and they've filled out everything and we're good to go. And meeting them where they are and just making it happen. I think it's something that we're really passionate about, and that's also included in that price. I mean, we've been doing this for years.
And we're just getting started. And so we appreciate everyone listening and diving into this with us, but we're always still learning too. So that's all I have, sir.
That's all I got. Thank you. See you at your wedding.